Hello friends, once again welcome to Aifer Education Happy Learning. We are discussing interlogic of logical reasoning. Let's continue with the discussion. So out of the 6 pramanas, Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Ardhapati, Anupalabdhi Shabda, we have to study in details about Anumana. So in a previous video, we have already discussed about the 3 different terms involved in Anumana. So here we will be continuing with our discussion of Anumana. So we have 3 terms involved in Anumana. We have already discussed in the last video, Sadhya, Hedu or Paksha. So we have Linga and Sadhana as another name for Hedu. So today we will be discussing about the 5 pillars of Anumana. Okay, so we have 5 pillars or members or avayavas of Anumana as per Nyaya syllogism. So we have Anumana. So when it comes to Anumana, we have 5 pillars of Anumana. So there's a we have Pratigna or preposition, Hedu or reason, Udaharana or example, Ubhanaya or application, Nigamana or deduction. So these are the, or we can say the members or avayavas or pillars of Anumana. So this order is also important here. When we studied about 6 pramanas, it's not compulsory that you have to study that pramanas in that order. But when it comes to the pillars of Anumana, this order is very important. They have asked a lot of questions regarding just the order here. Okay, they have asked a lot of questions. So we have Pratigna, Hedu, Udaharana, Ubhanaya, Nigamana. Okay, so we have Pratigna, Hedu, Udaharana, Ubhanaya, Nigamana. Okay, Ubhanaya, Nigamana we have here. Okay, that's the order. Make sure you know the English terms also, which is preposition, reason, example, application, and deduction. Okay, and deduction. Then moving to what are those. Let's try to understand what is Pratigna. Okay, what is Hedu, what is Udharana, what is Ubhanaya, and what is Nigamana. Okay, Nigamana. So first of all, we have, so we will be taking the same example. There is a smoke in the hill, from which we conclude that there is fire in the hill. So the Pratigna will be the first statement, this hill has fire. It's just a statement, okay, like it's just a hypothesis. So we have this hill has fire. So Hedu means, as we have already studied, Hedu is a middle term based on which we infer the major term of the Sadhya. So Hedu is just a reason. Okay, in Hedu we will be giving just a reason. So we have this hill has fire. Okay, this hill has fire. Pratigna, the reason is simple, because it has smoke. The reason is simple, because it has smoke. That's the reason why we have here. Then we have whatever has smoke has fire. Okay, we have whatever has smoke has fire. So here, why we say that since there is smoke, there is fire? Because we have an example, we have an udaharana where in our kitchen we can see fire along with the smoke. That's the reason why we say there is fire by seeing the smoke. So that's what udaharana is all about. So we have this hill has smoke, which is invariably associated with fire. Okay, this hill has fire, which is invariably associated with fire. That is Ubhanaya. So the fourth one is very important. Okay, you will be having a bit confusion regarding what is the difference between Udaharana and Ubhanaya. Udaharana is just an example. In my kitchen, along with the smoke, I can see fire. But the thing is that we can see smoke with something else also. Okay, if we can see smoke with something else also, which may not be present everywhere. Okay, which may not be present everywhere. So for example, I may have a friend, Rahul, he smokes. And last week when I saw him, he was smoking. So based on Udaharana, I can say that in that hill, there is smoke is coming. So I can say Rahul is because when I saw him last time, he was smoking. Is it correct? Maybe correct in a very, very few, okay, very minor percentage, okay, even nearly 0%, because we can't say a person smoking, okay, by a very long distance. Maybe he smoked and he put the cigarette somewhere and a fire, then it may happen. But the thing is that it's not compulsory that every smoke is associated with Rahul. Okay, but here we can only conclude if every X is associated with fire. So we can say, or every smoke is associated with fire. So when it comes to Rahul, every smoke is not associated with Rahul, but every smoke is associated with fire. That's what Ubhanaya is. Okay, I will just explain one more. So Upanaya, in case of Upanaya, what we will be having is that there is a particular term which you have to study, that is the relationship should be invariably associated universal concomitants. Okay, so we have invariably, okay, we have invariably associated universal concomitants. Okay, we have invariably associated universal concomitants. So what is invariably associated universal concomitants? It should be, that relation should be present invariably, without any variation, together, universal, everywhere, okay, concomitants. That's it. Rahul and smoke, it doesn't happen everywhere, but fire and smoke, it happens everywhere. So here we will be having invariably associated universal concomitants between fire and smoke. Is it so? Fire and smoke, which can be also said as fire is a major term and smoke is a middle term. So what is Upanaya? Upanaya is the presence of invariably associated universal concomitants between fire and smoke, or the major term and middle term. I hope it's clear. It's simple. It should be present everywhere. You can't give an example of a person who smokes while seeing smoke, but you can give an example of fire only when it comes to smoke. So that is what Upanaya is all about. And moving to the last one, the Nigamana. When it comes to Nigamana, we have therefore this hill has fire. Okay, so when it comes to Nigamana, we have therefore this hill has fire. So we will be having a doubt that what is the difference between Pratigna, this hill has fire, and therefore this hill has fire, Nigamana. It's simple. What is the relationship? Here it's something like a hypothesis. This hill has fire, just a statement. Okay, this hill has fire. Okay, this hill has fire is just a statement. Okay, this hill has fire is just a statement. But when it comes to Nigamana, okay, so, but when it comes to Nigamana, we have therefore this hill has fire. Okay, we have therefore this hill has fire, that is Nigamana. Okay, therefore this hill has fire is Nigamana, which means it's a conclusion based on this. So this is a proof. This is just a statement. This is just a hypothesis, and this is what is proved. So this hill has fire, and therefore this has fire is different. So I hope it's clear. So these are the 5 Avyavas of Anumana. So what are the 5 Avyavas of Anumana? Pratigna, Hedu, Udaharana, Upanaya and Nigamana. When it comes to Pratigna, it's just a statement. Okay, when it comes to Pratigna, it's just a statement, this hill has fire. And Hedu is because it has smoke. Then we have Udaharana, whatever has smoke has fire. Okay, Udaharana, whatever has smoke has fire. And Upanaya, that relationship should be everywhere. And finally, we have Nigamana, therefore this hill has fire. Okay, Nigamana, we have therefore this hill has fire. So that's it. Okay, so let's see some question. Yeah, what is the question? Based on this. Where is Upanaya based question? Yeah. Yeah, so this is the first one. Which of the following is not a necessary step when you present an argument based on inference before the others according to the classical Indian school of logic? Okay. Which of the following is not a necessary, okay, which of the following is not a necessary step when you present an argument based on inference, okay, according to, so based on inference with based on Anumana, we have Pratigna, Hedu, Udaharana, Upanaya, Nigamana. So we have Nigamana here, we have Upanaya here, we have Udaharana here, we don't have, okay, Upamana. Upamana comes under Pramana, okay, Upamana comes under Pramana. Then moving to the next question, yeah. According to classical Indian school of logic, what is the correct sequence of steps involved in Anumana? Okay, what is the correct sequence of steps involved in Anumana? You have Upanaya, Pratigna, Hedu, Udaharana, Nigamana, Pratigna, Hedu, Upanaya, Udaharana, Nigamana, Pratigna, Upanaya, Hedu, Udaharana, Nigamana, and you have Pratigna, Hedu, okay, Udaharana, Upanaya, Nigamana, okay, Pratigna, Hedu, Udaharana, Okay, we have Upanaya Nigamana. Okay, Upanaya Nigamana. So this is it. Okay, this is it. What we have here. So what we will be doing? Okay, so what we will be doing? What is the correct order? Okay, the correct order is we have Pradigna, Hedu, Udaharana, Upanaya, Nigamana. Okay, so we have Pradigna, Hedu, Udaharana, Upanaya, Nigamana, the D1, what we have already studied. Then moving to the next one. Yeah, this is it. Try to answer. Inference, Anumana in Indian logic is rooted in what? Okay, inference, Anumana in Indian logic is rooted in what? It's variable relationship between minor term and major term, invariable relationship between middle term and minor term, variable concomitance between middle term and major term, invariable concomitance between middle term and major term. What is it? That's Upanaya, the relationship of invariably associated universal concomitance between fire and smoke, or the middle term and the major term. So we have option D. Okay, we have option D, that is a middle term and major term. Okay, that is a middle term and major term. So we have invariable, okay, we have invariable concomitance between, okay, invariable concomitance between middle term and major term. Okay, so we have invariable concomitance between middle term, okay, middle term and major term. Okay, invariable concomitance between middle term and major term. Then we have, that's option D. Yeah, next question. Yeah, this is it. Which one of the following is signified by the term Hedu in the process of Anumana? In to classical Indian school of thought, which one of the following is signified? Hedu. What is Hedu? Is the Hedu is the example provided? Okay, is the Hedu is the example provided, or is the Hedu as a statement of reason? Okay, is the Hedu a statement of reason, or is it the proposition to be proved? Okay, proposition to be proved, or is it the conclusion to be proved? Okay, so we have is it the example provided? Is it the statement of reason, or is it the proposition to be proved, or the conclusion to be proved? Okay, conclusion to be proved. So we have Hedu. Hedu is a statement of reason. Okay, we have Hedu as a statement of reason. Moving to the next one. The last question. Yeah, this is the last question. In that we'll be going. Consider the example of Anumanas given below. Okay, consider the example of Anumanas given below. The options are, okay, the mountain is fiery. The mountain is fiery because it has smoke. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. Okay, so we have the mountain is fiery because it has smoke. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. Which one of the following expresses Vyapti, relation of invariable concomitance? Okay, so we have the relation of invariable concomitance between mountain and fire. Then we have the relation of invariable concomitance between mountain and smoke, the relation of invariable concomitance between fire and smoke, and the relation of invariable concomitance between perceiver and the smoke. So here we have the relation of invariable concomitance between, we know, the major term and the middle term, or the relation of invariable concomitance between the fire and smoke. Yeah, fire and smoke. So we have option C. We have already discussed about that. Okay, when it comes to Upanaya, there should be a relation of invariable concomitance between the fire and smoke. Okay, so that's all about the Avayavas or pillars of Anumana. And regarding the classification of Anumana, we'll be discussing in the next video. I hope things are clear. So as to make sure you receive all upcoming videos too, make sure you subscribe to Aifer Education YouTube channel. To join our Paper 1 online course, you can visit our website www.aifer.in and you will get all the details in the YouTube description. That's it. Thank you.